guys, welcome back to TSB Talks. I'm Alimaa and I'm here with
Ace Motif.
Yeah, come on, your boy A.
Welcome back, guys, and we've got some juicy topics for you today. So firstly, let's talk about Dave, his #1 album. He's killing it this year.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing so much. I'm so proud of him. He's got the album coming out. What, he got an award, didn't he, recently, for Artist of the Year?
It went #1 as well.
He's doing
his
so
new
good.
album went #1.
Yeah.
How many tunes has he got in like the charts at the moment? It's like
Well, he's got a whole album.
whole album's worth,
so,
innit? That's it.
Yeah.
albums in the charts right now.
Pretty much.
And he bought his mama house. Did you guys see that?
He did.
He's just killing the game. Like, this is what I love about UK artists. When I see them doing well, that's what I love to see.
And he's so humble as well.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
he
He's got a
is.
really calm persona and personality.
He's so nice.
He's just so real and incredibly
how
talented.
comes? What is it then? Why has this particular album killed it?
You know what I
Obviously,
think?
each track is a mad
Yeah. I think it's because he puts out a message in his music.
Yeah.
Like, his music is not just like typical UK drill
exactly.
artists. He has like a
Exactly.
purpose, and he wants to deliver a message. And I feel like that's why a lot of people can relate to his music.
Of course. He is very, very lyrically talented.
Yeah.
Extremely
He's a
lyrically
lyricist.
talented.
Yeah, his wordplay is just
Yeah.
crazy. Even on the way here, I was listening to the him and Jay Huss.
That new, oh
And
my
that
god,
was
I
just-
love it.
Yeah,
You know that song is
no,
on repeat.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
This is
But let's read the
amazing.
comments. Ellis_Eastgo said, realist in the game, #1 talks more sense than this. No one talks more sense than this guy. I can only wish him success. Is that correct? Bouncer play dirty. Yeah, that's correct. Mad move, done it with no major label supporting. Amazing.
Yeah, man, he's lit, man.
Yeah, he's done really good. Well done to you, Dave.
Big up to
Really,
Santan.
big up, Dave.
Yeah, done
He's done bits. He's had a very good year. Like
Yeah.
he's just absolutely.
He's
smashed
doing,
it.
and he's only more up from here. He's gonna make it even more. I feel like this year is his year to shine.
Exactly. Look how he started the year. Boy.
Yeah, he's got advocates. I swear Drake is quite a.
Drake co-signed him. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
He's
Yeah,
co-signed.
he's
Oh,
co-signed
right. Yeah.
I don't know about signing him to OVO, but I know he's basically
Put him
somebody
on
that
in terms
will,
of-
somebody
yeah.
can like promote his
talk
music,
about him,
and
yeah.
he'll be on features and stuff. So like, say if he was in America, he'll promote Dave basically for him.
It's like
So
YG,
it's a good
bro.
look.
Everyone was talking about YG at one point. It was like, who is YG now? I need to know who he is.
Yeah.
Same thing is going to happen with
Yeah,
Dave.
it's so true.
Them bits. So, Akala on knife crime. Did you watch the interview of Piers Morgan on
Yeah, I watched it and I
Yeah.
really like what he had to say.
Yeah, me too. He just drew out
Like,
bare statistics.
Yeah,
like,
everything he said was on point, and I feel like that's what, with Piers Morgan, his question was a bit like, how can he say that knife crime is just affiliated with black people in general when it's somebody else who's done a knife crime? Say
Yeah.
like when he said, well, a mum has stabbed their
Yeah,
daughter
exactly.
or something, nobody says anything about that, but when it's black people,
It's very true, but I like the way Piers Morgan was open to ask the question. Do you know what I mean? Because it was provocative.
Yeah.
And we need someone like Piers Morgan to be provocative. So you have someone like Akala who can really
Who
lay
can
down
really
the facts.
shut it down.
Do you know what I mean? The way
He
he
said
laid it down,
everything.
and he actually brought up some statistics that made you think, wow, what actually is going on in this country? Because obviously the media have a mad influence over everything we do in this country, and the way they talk about knife crime is like only black people carry knives.
yeah,
and it's not. It's a
not,
minority.
That's not the case. Obviously, it's a small. That's just a small percentage, because a lot of people can be messed up in this world. Let's just not put it on black people.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Of
Like,
course.
everybody has done a crime, not just black people. So I like the fact that he pointed that out to Piers Morgan, and such a big platform as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, boy, Akala just took it to another level. Like, I swear, even Piers tried to interrupt him at one stage, but he weren't finished.
No.
Yeah, you weren't
I said,
having it.
hold
You weren't
up,
having it.
let
Get
me
this
say
back
my point.
out.
Yeah.
And the fact is just crazy, yeah, like the percentages, and it's so interesting the way that, like, the media says, you know, if it's a negative, then it's the whole black race. But
Yeah,
if
exactly.
it's a positive,
Exactly.
they'll give it to, it's either a Nigerian or a Ghanaian.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're very selective with what
Yeah,
they
even
exactly.
like
choose.
the whole terrorism that happened in
Yeah,
New Zealand,
yeah.
them not wanting to call it a terrorist attack,
Yeah,
that in
it is.
itself,
It's terrorism.
that was
Do you know what I
definitely,
mean?
that was, if that's
It's
not a terrorist
terrorism.
attack, then I don't know what
Yeah.
is. And
It
it's
is
just like
true.
the fact that
It's
they're
true.
not trying to put that in that category, it's just a bit funny, to be honest.
And another thing to point out as well is, Akala said Piers, as a white person, would never be called out to speak on behalf of his peers. Do you know what I mean? No pun intended. But he wouldn't be called out to speak on behalf of
Yeah,
another
it's
white man
true.
that had committed a crime. So why should black people have to come? And it also plays into the situation that Akala actually is there speaking on behalf of this situation. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it makes you think it's
It
not
does.
actually a fair world, and actually racism is very, very
It's very
prevalent
real.
and it's very, very systemic. Because it comes from somewhere and it trickles down into every household.
Exactly.
And media has a big part to play.
impact.
So spiritual sister says his intelligence, Akala obviously, and the way he conducts himself is empowering. And I am Paolo Kunzua. Piers looks sober. You see when you're black and you're able to articulate your intellectual intelligence, they fear us. Education is important. That is very important. I know that Akala, does he have a PhD?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure
I don't know.
he works his way up, studying.
Yeah, he's a very smart, intelligent guy.
And you know what? Something that is important to add to that is when you have that level of intelligence, people take you more seriously.
They do.
Do you know what I mean? When you are able to articulate yourself on that level, people take you more seriously, especially when you're facing people in power or people that have major influence, like Piers Morgan. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? Even today, I was watching like certain clips from it, and I was just thinking, this guy, he knows so much, and he's so close to the real facts.
Yeah.
I was almost like worried for him, and I'll tell you why, because the amount of people now that knowledge scares.
It does scare, because it's the reality of it.
So if you've got too much knowledge and too much like influence, we've seen it like with 21 Savage, like we spoke about it previously. If you're coming with knowledge and facts, the authorities will try and shut you down.
They will.
Now, more and more, Akala's popping up on my timeline on this
big platforms as well.
Knowledge. So obviously, I'm not preying it, but I hope that he's able to keep doing it.
Yeah, I hope so,
exactly.
because they do like to look at people as a threat when they have that much knowledge and that much research.
If you're not conforming, you're definitely a threat.
Yeah,
he's
you
not
are.
a person that conforms.
Yeah.
Definitely not. So big up to Akala for that one, man. He really,
Big up
really
him. He
represented.
shut it down. He shut it down.
Yeah,
Exactly.
done well. So boy, into another situation. Roddy Ricch. Obviously, he came down to London, Brixton. He shut it down. The show was lit. Like, it was crazy, like so wavy. But there were certain situations within that.
You know, I was there.
Was you?
Yeah, I was there. I went with two of my friends. Listen, I love Roddy Ricch. Let me just put that out there. Like, I love him, but I just feel like us as a black community, we have to do better, because I felt so unsafe to the point where I was shaking and I was praying with my friends, because it's like all of this stuff was going on. People imagine you're in a big crowd, everyone is screaming, shouting, panicking,
running, trampling.
It was so scary, and then all of a sudden we just see blood, like loads of blood. A guy had his arm cut. There was blood everywhere. And I heard after that it wasn't just the one person, it was 3 people. I didn't even know it was 3 people. I just saw the one person, but when I heard it was 3 people, it just made me think, like, why can't we go to a concert and just enjoy ourselves, get drunk, instead of something going wrong at the end? And now Roddy Ricch is banned from the UK.
Have they actually banned him?
I don't know if he's banned. I don't know, but it's the fact that it's a possibility.
So obviously, I mean, like that, you've touched on a few different points there. But it's like Roddy Ricch, he shut it down. Like, his music is so popping right now. And for you to have been a part of that, like, that whole environment, what are you saying? It didn't feel controlled. You didn't even feel safe.
It was really scary. But the thing is, the whole concert in itself was really good, isn't it? Like, I really enjoyed it. Like, everyone was having a good time. He performed so good. It was just at the end when something happened, and I don't know how they even managed to get him. But I think instead of them banning Roddy Ricch, they should look into the club, because why was the security? You know what I mean? Why was the security not on point? The security should have checked everyone thoroughly.
That's a very valid point.
Because it's like, I don't understand how that happened.
No, that is a very valid point. There's 2 things that I want to just touch on. One of those things is that as a community, we need to do better, because we're actually stopping ourselves from growing. Because the next talent that comes and is like, oh yeah, I want to do this, and I want to come over, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not going to be allowed to. They're going to ban it. They're going to shut it down. Do you know what I mean? So we're actually stopping ourselves from growing as a whole community.
Yeah.
And you're making the good suffer for the bad.
It's like, so all right, they brought knives in. Obviously, we don't know what the security measures were. But how did it get so out of control?
That's what I don't get.
Venues. Have you been? Well, where was the last concert at?
Young Bane. I went to Young Bane's the other day, and that was more controlled. They had like metal detectors. They had people check like
Where was it?
It was in Brixton O2 Academy.
Metal detectors.
Yeah, they had metal detectors. That was a really good. I felt safe there, really, because
I've been to. It's
that
not,
should be
it's
standard.
not.
Yeah.
Even when I went to Kojo Fun's tour, the show in, it was in North London, one of the venues in North London.
Yeah.
The security wasn't that great. Like they were just like, you know, and even if you get to the venue late, they're just like, hurry up and get in, just go there. Like you got a ticket, sometimes it tells you what location to enter from. They just tell you to go in. No one checks. You go in the venue, people are smoking weed.
They're smoking.
Do you know what
That's
I mean?
what I'm saying. At Roddy Ricch,
you didn't even
everyone
get checks
was
from
smoking.
Do you know what I mean? And that is actually a problem with security. So security definitely needs to be looked into, and they definitely need to step it up.
Yeah. It's just a shame now
Oh,
though,
they
because
can, the if there's a weed thing going on, that's calm.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying. No, I'm not even saying. I'm not even saying that it's not calm.
weapons.
But
That's
even the fact that weed gets into venues and people are being allowed to smoke it inside the venues lets you know that the security is not as tight as it could be. Do you know what I mean? So it's actually a slippery slope because you don't actually know where the measure is.
Yeah, I hear that. If you're going into a venue and people are smoking, straight away you might question security.
Of course,
question your safety because if
I
they let
remember.
that in, what else are they doing?
Exactly.
Yeah, and I remember they didn't even check. They checked me, but didn't check me as much as they could have. They didn't check inside my bag properly. Like they just literally tell you open your bag and look, and then that's it. They'll be like go. And I think they should be checking people more because especially young black boys. No offense, but they do tend to carry things in their legs and like up there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they should have checked properly.
Well, according to Akala.
But how many people? Yeah,
There was loads of
How many people were at his concert?
I don't know, but there was a lot of people. Like it was.
Was it really packed?
It was very, very
so what
packed.
you're saying, security might have got to the stage where they're talking to each other, just like, you know, quick, go next, quick pat down, next. So that
They've got
where
bare
they've got the
people
metal
to do it.
detectors,
Yeah.
they've got a frisk.
Yeah.
Like what? How many thousands of people? There's no
So
way they're going to be able to do
this
that.
is a good point actually to raise. So then, in thinking about that, where obviously the metal detectors cost money, so then where does the cost for the metal detectors come from? Because then somebody needs to supply that cost. Then if that's the case,
that's
do you know what I mean?
maybe
Because you obviously have to supply
Yeah,
the
maybe
doorman.
the artists. That's what I mean. Maybe the artists should
you're
have their security on
So
deck
is this
as well.
how this all goes back in a full circle? Do you see how we just came back in a full circle? So then what? Then okay.
I just think maybe security in general. Maybe they need to do better as well because that was really scary. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, it's
I can
crazy.
imagine.
So, all right. So, boy, there was obviously right now the media are secretly trying to link Roddy Ricch with the UK knife crime.
and that's what's a shame.
And that's what's linked to the whole banning of Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, that's a shame because his
They
name will
can't do
forever
that.
be known for that now. Every time he comes to the UK, he'll just be known for that time, and it's a shame because I really like Roddy Ricch and I want to see him again. So
But
it's
it's not him. Like I don't even understand if people can separate that. But the power of the media will make people believe that it was him. Oh my
It
God! Did
wasn't
you hear about
him.
this rapper that came and people just started stabbing each other in the crowd? Can you
Yeah,
believe
that's
that?
how
His
they will
music
be.
made that. It's not how it goes. Do you know what I mean? People have their own altercations in
Exactly.
any place, in any
Anywhere.
situation. That's just how it is.
And my thing is, it happens when he already been and gone. Like it happens after he left. So the fact that they want to ban him, I just don't understand. He wasn't even there. So
Yeah. So I mean, and then obviously we got the other layer to it, which is our boy UK Russ. He tried to come up on stage and do the gun lean.
you know what I thought? I was so fun.
What happened?
What happened?
No,
Basically,
bro,
this is what happened.
fill me in.
This is what happened. He basically, I don't know who asked him to do this, but he came from the crowd instead of coming from the back like a normal person. He came from the crowd. So obviously when the security saw him, they thought he was a fan trying to come on the stage, yeah. So they started fighting him, they started pulling him down. It was so crazy. But me, when I saw it, I thought it was them just fighting. But people were telling me like, they think he's a fan, So obviously when he went on the stage now, Roddy Ricch had to calm everyone down. He was like, that's my friend. He was like, that's my friend. He's performing with me.
Oh my.
So then
days.
So then after this now, Ross was vexed that he didn't even want to perform after this. So Roddy Ricch came to the crowd and basically said like, can you guys like encourage him to come on the stage? So everyone was cheering for Ross.
Yeah.
And he came on the stage. He done gun lean for 2 seconds and like he left because he was thinking They tried to do me in. they really was fighting.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So listen, so obviously with like the clips all over the Shade Borough,
Yeah.
you know, you can go and find them
Oh
there. But
my
all you see
days.
is Roddy Ricch. He's on stage, gun lean drops, the crowd starts going crazy, but it's not making sense. Like, why is Roddy Ricch playing gun lean? It's not making sense. These times, like Ross is trying to get up on stage, security dragging him down.
Yeah, but my thing
Every
is,
time he tries to get up off the corner,
they kept dragging him. That's why Roddy Ricch had to come.
My thing is, Ross, you should have had this pattern.
Oh my
You
days.
should have
Thank
had this
you.
all pattern.
This is what I
Thank
kept
you.
saying.
With
Why?
security,
Yeah.
with Roddy.
He should have
Like,
been.
I'm gonna come on the stage.
He should have
this
even had a
time.
mic from before he even came on the
He
stage.
shouldn't have.
He
Like, I
just
don't know what
looking
he
like
was
some
doing.
any old roadman.
He looked
jumping up
so
on
silly,
stage,
and you
like.
know why? It's because he had a mask on as well. Like, I just thought, why are you covering your face? They don't know who you are. They can't see your face, and you're coming on the stage. Any normal person would come from the back like a normal person. He jumped. He literally
No, but then
jumped
even if you do
over.
want to come on the stage, because I get it, there is a hype around him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then he needs to have this planned out logistically.
Come on.
Because I was
You're
even thinking,
a professional artist.
Yeah, like-
If you're coming on stage and you want to come down the side,
at
you
least
gotta
even
plan
his
that
team.
out.
You have to plan it.
at
They should
least
have
even
known.
his team. Do you know what I mean? It's not because even sometimes I think to myself, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go on stage here. Like, you know, I think, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go on
Yeah.
stage. But then I have to think about the situation. Obviously, I've not been in a situation like that before, getting dragged off the stage. But you have to think about it. And if you've got a team like that and you're doing big shows like that, your team needs
Come
to
on.
think
They should have known.
logistics. How is this gonna work? Does everybody know when this is gonna happen? Does everybody know when that is gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like, you watch in
Well,
the
you know what
crowd.
I
He's probably
think?
watching a show.
I think it was like a last minute thing. I don't think he was actually supposed to come to the show. I think like he must have called him last minute because nobody knew Russ was coming. Maybe, I don't know. I just think Russ shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have jumped from the crowd. At least
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
do
just
you know what
come
I mean?
out in the normal
and tell
way.
them. And I think it's because he was late on top of that as well. So he
Yeah,
was
I can
late.
imagine.
So then everyone just thought, who is this fan trying to jump on the stage?
And then we've got our resident Amiria Storm UK. Let them ban Ariana Grande too.
Exactly.
TF the fuck. He can't control what idiots do.
That's
yeah,
very true.
exactly. Very. That's a very interesting.
That is very
comment that she
interesting
made there.
because there's been a lot of attacks at concerts and I don't see them getting banned from their country. Didn't Ariana go back? She went back to Manchester and done a whole nother concert.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for coming and watching today. We'll be back next week with some more topics and make sure you subscribe to TSB Talks and The Shade Borough on Instagram and The Shade Borough on YouTube as well because we've got some more topics coming next week. So peace out.